good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. December has come. Yes, it's December. Yep, December 1, December 1. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Some say it's the most wonderful time of the year. We celebrate all month long their presents and their gifts. We remember the birth of Christ, and but for some, it's not the most wonderful time of the year, and so I just want to drop on you eight ways to handle holiday grief. 8 ways to handle holiday grief. All right, 8 ways to handle holiday grief. First thing you should know is that grief is always evolving, and it hits us at various times along our journey and in different moments and in different ways. And so, as you are going through this holiday season, we just celebrated Thanksgiving and now heading towards Christmas. I believe that there are some tools that you and I can have to use to help us survive holiday grief. So, 8 ways to cope with holiday when it comes to holiday grief. Let me jump right into it. All right, here we go. Number one, when it comes to holiday grief and coping during the holidays, first thing is set boundaries with holiday events. Figure out if this is going to be emotionally tasking for you. You know, you get the card invite, the party invites, and you're trying to figure out what you're going to do in terms of going to these events. It might bring up some triggers for you and cause you to go into a space of grief. And so, how do you handle that, right? You can decide whether to participate or not participate, and that's inclusive of family gatherings, holiday parties, a holiday show. Um, Remember, you need to be able to determine your own readiness when it comes to that. Your own readiness when it comes to holiday grief. All right, so you might be saying, I can do one or two events, but it may be emotionally tasking if I try to do a lot of events. So, number one, set boundaries when it comes to holiday events. Number two, the next thing you got to do when it comes to that is that you got to um, tune into your grief emotions. Tune into your grief emotions. You got to know that grief doesn't take a back seat during the holidays, but it can often be magnified because of all of the memories and the triggers that are around. And you're thinking about how you may be how you may be triggered. All right, and know that you may experience both negative and positive feelings, and when you do, you need to be able to tune into your grief emotions. Figure out what is happening, what is going on with you at the time. Why am I feeling this way? And then you might be thinking about, oh man, my mom used to do this. Oh, my dad used to do this, or this certain memory I had when it came to certain things, right? So that's important, right? And so when you tune into your emotions, I want you to be aware of something, that it may be tempting to numb the pain of not having that person around, and you're trying to mask it through drugs and through alcohol. But remember, all those things are doing is masking the actual pain. So deal with the actual grief, right? Deal with the actual loss. Talk about it. Get it out. Deal with it. Don't mask it. Deal with it. Because after you are sober, after the high is gone, after the buzz is off, you still have to deal with the emotion. So tune into your grief. Number three, plan ahead to fill empty holiday roles. Somebody may used to cook this special dish. Somebody may used to bring this special game, or they would have a tradition of carving the turkey, or playing a certain role like Santa Claus or something like that. But figure out who's going to fill those roles because that person is not there. And planning ahead, having the conversation gives you the opportunity to process so you can get that thing out. All right. The next thing is honor old tradition and old memories. Right. Think about some things that you and your family used to do, And as y'all did those things, think about how it honors that person. You can celebrate them, talk about them, have their picture, maybe doing even an unveiling of a picture. But just honor them and honor the old traditions. Maybe your family get together. Maybe y'all wear pajamas and take a picture together. But whatever that is, honor those traditions. I think about that couple. The young man texted the wrong person, and then she became his like his adopted grandma. And ever since then, they have celebrated Thanksgiving together. Although she has gone through personal loss of losing her husband, now they are sharing in life together. They are still continuing with their tradition of having Thanksgiving together. But here's the next one. Create new traditions. That person may be gone, their presence is not there anymore. So create a new tradition. People are doing different things these holidays. Maybe you're taking a holiday trip. Maybe you are doing a bake-off competition or contest. Just starting some new tradition that helps you to deal with that loss, because maybe you want to bury that memory, put it away. Maybe it's sacred to you, so you leave it behind. And remember this: making new memories does not erase old memories. Making new memories does not erase old memories. Making new memories does not erase old memories. But those new memories help you to process and enjoy life moving forward without that individual. So create something new. And remember, your family members want to enjoy the holidays, so make it fun. It should be a time of enjoyment. Don't allow the grief to take over to where there is no enjoyment. So creating new traditions will allow you to do that. And then you want to identify your grief coping skills. What do I mean by that? Identify your grief coping skills. When you have the onset of grief, like I did the other day. I was driving down the highway and just a little phrase came on across the radio, and it immediately had me think about my mother. And then, man, tears began to form, and I began to like cry. But then in that moment, I said, man, let me do some deep breathing exercises so that I can deal with this moment I'm driving. And I don't want to be too hysterical. But find out what are those coping skills, right? Is it that when that onset of grief come, are you gonna do some deep breathing exercises? Or are you gonna take a walk? Are you gonna write down how you're feeling or journaling? Are you gonna go listen to some music? Are you gonna go exercise, or are you even gonna say some positive affirmation? I can overcome this. I can endure this. I can get through this. I can handle this. Saying those positive affirmations. I'm stronger than grief. I'm stronger than death. I can make it because of what they put inside of me. So identifying those grief coping skills is going to help. All right. Then volunteer to do something or do something charitable. When we often down, I've learned in life is that if I help somebody, if I encourage somebody, if I'm a blessing to somebody, it can help me deal with what I'm going through. So think about how you can be a blessing to somebody else. Help them in what maybe they're going through, whatever situation they're experiencing, and you can help them. So volunteer to do something. Go feed somebody. Be a part of a feeding program. Maybe collect some toys and help deliver the toys. Maybe buy a special gift for a person or a family that's in need, or even adopt a family. But volunteer or do something charitable so that you can help the legacy of the person you lost live on. So do something charitable during these holidays. Don't just think about yourself. Think about others, because there's a lot of suffering in the world, and many people are experiencing grief. Some people may have lost their job, their home, their parent, but just think about how you feel and the help you would want, and then how you can help somebody else. All right, here's the final one. Here's the step number 8. Ask for help when struggling with grief. Ask for help when you're struggling with grief. Man, listen, it is critical to find somebody to talk to. It is critical, whether that's a brother, a friend, a church person. Find somebody to talk to. Having an outlet is going to help you. And so that becomes real critical for you to do. Having that outlet is very critical, right? When it comes to the holidays, whether you have lost someone close to you or not, the holidays can bring up many complicated feelings. And so it's completely normal and can be helpful to seek some help from a therapist or a psychologist. Maybe even talk to your pastor or a ministry leader at your church, or even if your work has a grief place person that can help you. These skills can help you survive the holidays. All right. So these are the ways that you can help cope during the holidays. Number one, set boundaries when it comes to holiday events. What you're going to show up to, what you're not going to show up to. You're going to tune into your grief and emotions. Figure out what's happening with you at the moment. And decide that I'm not going to mask the pain through drugs and alcohol. No, I'm going to deal with it. You're going to plan ahead to fill those empty holiday rows. Who's going to take on the new task of carving the turkey, baking the cake, making the meatloaf or potato salad or the banana pudding in my case? Then you want to honor those old traditions and memories. Then you want to create new traditions, honor the old ones, but then create new ones, and then identify what your grief coping skills are. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna exercise. I'm gonna do deep breathing exercises. I'm going to say positive affirmation. I'm gonna listen to music. Whatever that is gonna help you identify coping skills. All right, and then volunteer to do something for somebody else. Do something charitable. Do something charitable. And finally, ask for help when you're struggling with your grief. Talk to a friend. Talk to a counselor. Talk to a mentor, minister, whoever. And these 8 steps can help you to cope with holiday grief. All right. If you do me a favor, just like and share this so it can help somebody else who is or may be struggling in the area of grief during the holidays. All right. Peace and blessings. God bless each of you. All right. Have a blessed day.